height of the deer's aura, it bolts into the path of an oncoming train.
No! Oh no! Could we have saved the deer? Oh no. No. No! I wanted to save the deer. No. I wanted to save the deer. No. Go back. Go back where? Where? New Hampshire. Okay. That was funny. Are those like stories that I haven't done? Boston! Red, brick, green trees, blue skies in this weather. Boston is beautiful. That is, until you make your way deeper into the city and get lost among the cramped, winding, shadow-haunted old streets. Let me explore.
This city is like no other you've been to. Crooked streets splay out in a maze of narrow passages, no two alike. Soon, you find yourself in twilight, utterly lost. Bright light crests around one corner, a car approaching.
I don't want to go to a different place, but...
Compelled by the cold and foreboding night, you don't question it as you drag your bones into the cab. But you realize immediately how strange the vehicle is. It's a sleek thing, like a shallow parabola gliding over the street. "Where to?" he asks. You have to stop and think. Eventually, you name Boston Common, the only landmark you know in this town. He peels off silently. You feel the car move before you hear the engine.
How about Hoboken? I don't know where the Boston Common is.
He takes you through ever odder streets, flanked by painfully clean, gleaming buildings and signage for businesses you don't recognize. Even the air seems different. It doesn't smell so sharply of gasoline and coal. Eventually, you come to a stop. The fare's in glowing numbers above his dashboard. It's much too high. Surely a mistake. No charge, he insists. You look like you need a break. And then you find yourself on the curb at Boston Common, under thick moonlight, in a city much as you'd left it before.
That was nice of him. You wander the streets of the city looking for a way to make some cash. Panhandle or look for work. It's in a city I don't know, so I'm gonna look for work. You join a crew of laborers waiting at a street corner. Soon, a truck pulls up and everyone jumps in the back. The job's good, one woman assures you. You ride a short way before the truck pulls up behind a factory. Everyone hops out and starts putting on heavy coats. What for? The whole factory is a vast cold meat locker. You're shivering in only a few minutes, dragging the carcasses around in a hard work, but it only keeps you warm. Soon, your hands are totally numb. I'm gonna keep going. You grit your teeth and keep working. By nightfall, you're shaking almost uncontrollably. You're paid a full day's wages, but it's hardly worth it.
The hotel is an old manor house that's seen better days. A grand structure surmounted by a gambrel roof that dwarfs the house itself. It's eerily still, but for two boys at play. Each one so small and light, they barely leave tracks in the deep snow.
Watch them.
They seem old for their size, around 10 years old. Though their clothes are mismatched, they're perfectly identical, down to the pattern of freckles on their pale cheeks. They conduct their games in eerie silence.
Why does it matter what they look like? How would you know that they're perfectly identical? Are you really looking that close? Ugh. I'll just go inside.
The clerk behind the counter is old, and your room key is worn. But night approaches, and the price is low. Just before you shut the room door, there they are, the twins, staring at you from the corridor.
Why can't we do anything with them? I would like to say hello. I mean, I know I'm tired, but...
In the morning, as you leave, the clerk asks, "Did you sleep well?" Too tired to lie, you tell him about the noise outside your door, the trampling of small feet on the corridor outside, the dreams disturbed with violent and hideous images. "That's odd," he says, weak-eyed. "There are no children staying with us."
Oh! Okay, that put shivers on me, dude. No wonder they couldn't leave footprints in the snow. They were too light. Okay.
Hey there, stranger. You're welcome to enjoy this fire with me, if you're respectful, that is.
You're not the kid. Like evil, right? You didn't kill them, right? I'm respectful. I like your pooches.
This here is my spot, and I ain't inclined to share it with any bad characters. You can call me Quinn.
Hey, Quinn. Hopefully that's not short for Harley Quinn. I like your pooches.
These here are my venturing companions. Cass is the big un, and the one with the spots is Flip.
Venturing companions, Cass and Flip. Aww. Flip. Cass over there. Yeah, Flip, you need to listen to our own.
I usually beat my way on the rails, but the road news said this town was fat and the weather was fine. So I'm taking in the sights and seeing what I can drum up. I want to hear one of them venturing tales. Got any?
Yeah, I got some. Relating to the subject of love. Poor thing. As the night goes on, this icon will move left to right. When it reaches the right side, the moon is over. The moon is over, the night is over, and so is your storytelling. The person you're talking to will usually tell you where they'll be next so you can find them again! Yes, Gwen! If you tell them the types of stories they request, you'll gain their trust, and the eye will open. Okay. When it opens fully, the next time you meet them, they'll open up more about their lives. So remember this from the conversation to conversation, so don't feel you need to open the eye all the way the first time you meet someone. Dance around and get to know them. Cool! I'm not gonna sound fast. Past memories. Cool. Devil. No, not the devil. Star.
That was a chuckle to be sure, but do you know anything more lively?
Yeah.
Trust. Well, I figure tramps are apt to trust each other, to a point. Sure, there are backbiters out there, but But it's the folks who act respectable, the so-called upstanding ones that I keep an eye on. Hey, tell me one of those exciting stories. I don't get too much out of tales that are so cheerful. Not enough excitement for me. Well, I don't know a whole lot about the past, but they say there's an Injun grave round these parts. Say it's haunted and full up with angry spirits. I used to love hearing stories of cowboys and Injuns fighting it up. Would swap tales with the youngins. But, well, I suppose if someone shot me, I'd be pretty vengeful too. Hey, do you got any really thrilling stories to tell? I'm hankering for one of those. Were you trying to scare me? Well, you didn't go far enough. Huh. Traps and such like. Well, one time in Fort Worth, a feller tried to take Cass and Flip away.
Oh, no.
Said a kid couldn't look out for him proper like. That they were fat in Fort Worth and they were going to the pound so that he could find him a good home.
Oh.
Well, before I could much argue, Flip bit the hell out of that busybody and Cass and I joined in shortly. I don't think I ever seen a fella so surprised. Guess I ain't going back to Fort Worth no more. I want to hear one of them venturing tales. Got any? Whoa, quite a story, stranger. Freedom. Well, teacher used to talk about freedom like America was eat up with it, but the tramping kind seems to be just about the only real freedom still in supply. Ain't no freedom from an empty stomach or bad weather, unless you're rich. Hey, do you got any really thrilling stories to tell? I'm hankering for one of those. What's the use in telling sweet, happy tales if in they make you snooze? My family. There ain't no way I'm gonna start jaw-flapping about those bastards. Judases, the lot of them. Nuff said. Well, night's over. I think I'll see what's happening up the road this way.
Okay, he'll be in Maryland.
Didn't understand all your stories, but I'd gladly listen to more if I see you again.
Okay.
The tramping life suits me just fine. Every day's a venture. With things being so depressed, folks walk around like it's the end of everything good. But it ain't. Plenty nice things to see if you know where to look.
Bye, Quan. What happened to the No, the game's still not in development. You can actually buy it. So I don't know what happened to the people talking. As you walk down the road, a black crow flutters down to land in your path. It looks at you. cocks its head and speaks. Well, you've got a long, long road ahead, don't you? All these people to chase down. Or so I hear. It laughs. I got some experience when it comes to chasing folks. Tell me about it. Well, if you want, you could go find your friend again. Ask them more about their life. They might want better stories this time, though. It peers up at you. Didn't they tell you where they were heading next? Well, yeah. But hey, the world is full of people. Bet you could find another friend like that if you went looking around. There's more one interesting person in this land for sure. It gives you a gravely laugh. That's what humans say, anyway. And with that, it launches into the air and disappears.
Well, I'm gonna scrawl my name on the bare bones of the earth. I'm gonna dig my heels into the ground. 'Cause when that ferryman come for to tally up my worth, I won't leave much behind to drag me down. Well, I'm gonna cast my stones o'er the waters of this land, and by and by I'll see them far and long.
You smell the campfire before you see it. A young man turns a roast bird on a makeshift spit. Wondering? He asks. So am I. Stay a while. Folks like us gotta share when things are good, right? He shares his lunch, fresh cooked fowl, caught only an hour I have voice turned on.
Well, I'm gonna scrawl my name on the bare bones of the earth. I'm gonna dig my heels into the ground. 'Cause when that ferryman come for to tally up my worth, I won't leave much behind to drag me down.
You wait. You wait. Oh man. It's been a long day. You wait in the soup line for over an hour. It's barely crawling along. You round the corner of the building and see, far away, a lone pair of nurses struggling to ladle out soup to hundreds. Gonna be waiting here a while longer, sighs the mother in line beside you. You and her get talking. After a while, the topic drifts into a strange place, and she starts telling you about the two brothers who wandered seeking one another for 50 years. You recognize it as a story about two brothers who reconnected after 30 years apart, but way more outrageous than your version. Hey, I know that story. You tell her your version. That's not as exciting, she says diplomatically. I mean, it sure sounds realer than what I heard, but I think Toby likes mine too. She bounces her child encouragingly on her hip, but Toby's too hungry to smile.
Well, I'm gonna cast my stones o'er the waters of this land, and by I'll see them far and long.
The edge of summer has turned the ocean choppy and misanthropic, and the skies miserably gray. The boardwalk prophetess lured you into her tent with a promise to read a fortune for free. Seems like business has slowed to a crawl already.
Sure, I'll sit at her table.
Before you lie the instruments of her profession. There's tarot cards, Rider-Waite, but also Marseille for traditionalists, rosary beads and costume jewelry, and of course, the centerpiece, a great glass globe.
So, guys, I'm not really into stuff like this, but for those who are, I do believe it. I mean, the tarot cards, the rosary beads, they are more, I think, Catholic than anything. And I mean, the costume jewelry is, but the great glass globe in the middle, the crystal ball effect, that can be true. Let's listen to the fortune.
With practiced theatricality, she goes directly for the crystal ball, letting her eyes unfocus as though she can see a great distance into it. She brings up names, places, asks if you've known someone called John, if you have a relative in Newark.
I don't want to be that. That's a bad word. We haven't really talked to anyone named John, I don't think. But I'm just gonna be a good sport.
You latch on to what she says, and together you dance towards some insights about your romantic prospects. It's relieving to meet an honest charlatan instead of the ghouls and ghasts of the road. You might even say you're having fun, until she abruptly stops talking.
What's wrong?
Your eyes, she says, her voice suddenly drained of the bassy drama that was her stock in trade. You've met him. You've seen him, too. You carry him with you.
Who is she talking about? Did you miss me?
The words that come out of your mouth are not your own. They seem unwilling or unable to form properly out of a human throat. They're more like snarls, warning noises of a vicious animal. The glass globe shatters. Your vision is hazy, and your body is not your own. You came far to get away from me. The voice lodged inside you says, but this one